For my project, I would actually like to talk about Coca-Cola versus Pepsi and their employment practices and legal issues. Both Pepsi and Coca-Cola are the two largest beverage companies in the world. Coca-Cola was founded in 1886, whereas Pepsi was founded in 1893. They lead the way. They have both the competitive advantages in the beverage and food market. Coca-Cola, they do not support any types of laws that discriminate, and they actually value and celebrate diversity in the workplace. They believe as a business it is appropriate for the company to help foster diversity and respect among people, and they are very firm in their beliefs that they do not condone any intolerance and discrimination of any kind anywhere in the world that they do business. PepsiCo has a strong legacy as well. They were actually, in the 1940s, they broke the color barrier and hired African American salespeople. In the 50s, became the first company the first major company to have a woman on their board of directors. And they continue to have women be the driving force of their company. Which that also creates a great vision for the future women business leaders in the world. So it's great that they are trying to build a legacy and create a bright future in different countries, markets, and territories that they operate in. The human rights policy at Coca-Cola includes three major principles. They have a policy commitment to meet the responsibility to respect human rights, a due diligence process to identify, prevent, mitigate, and be accountable for human rights abuses, and last but not least, they process to enable the remediation of any adverse human rights impact the company causes and to which it contributes. So, the code conduct at PepsiCo, all employees are expected to embrace the principles of this code and act with integrity in the marketplace, ensure ethics in business activities, and perform work responsibility for shareholders. Pepsi's code of conduct remains as its roadmap and compass for doing business the right way. They also are really firm with their ethics and diversity. On their website, there was an example that stated that ethics is like brushing your teeth. If you build good habits and spend a little time each day on ethical hygiene, you'll never have an ethical cavity. So they actually have regular training programs that publish frequent messages about ethics, and the managers are asked to explicitly discuss ethics with their teams. So that's pretty great that they incorporate that in the work world. There's a lot of different discrimination claims that were made against both Pepsi and Coca-Cola, so that I provided that in my PowerPoint. There was major controversy behind the Pepsi's Kendall Jenner ad, which it was actually taken off the market because of the controversy behind it. Pepsi made a message that said they were just trying to project a global message of unity, peace, and understanding. Clearly, we missed the mark and we apologize. Pepsi wrote in a statement, we did not intend to make any light of any serious issue when we were removing the content, and we also apologize for putting Kendall Jenner in this position. But also, when it comes to the media, it can be very controversial because you never know how people react and interpret things. So there's always going to be people on their toes trying to figure out what to put and what to not put out there for everyone. Pepsi also created a legal department policy for the selection of legal services. And by using this information, the ABA, or the American Bar Association, they have surveys that are held in law offices that are taken, and they use a weighted formula which generates a diversity index score that measures, the different following categories in the offices throughout the U.S. based off of ethnicity, racial, LGBTQ, and women. And the firms that earn a DIS above the median in comparison to their peers are recognized. So they basically are making something that shows that the different offices, if they are more diverse and do well, then they will get to go to the PepsiCo headquarters and purchase New York and just celebrate them. Some of the employment laws are used at Coca-Cola include the Fair Labor Standards Act of 1938, or the FLSA, and the Occupation Safety and Health Act of 1970. basically, as learned, the FLSA established work time of 8 hours a day and 40 hours a week, and anything over this is called time and a half, and you have to be paid for that overtime. Coca-Cola operates in full compliance with all of wage and labor laws and provides advancement opportunities for all employees when and where possible. The OSHA of 1970, basically, Coca-Cola wanted to create a safe and healthy workplace for all of their employees, and by creating a safe place to work, this definitely increases productivity and minimizes the risk of injury for all employees, so that's great for them. And into the future at PepsiCo, I read a few articles, and PepsiCo, basically, since, all of the health promotion and everything, soft drinks contribute to 25%, well, less than 25% of PepsiCo's global revenue. So they're moving towards launching Hello Goodness vending machines, which have, oven-baked Lay's, Naked Juices, Quaker multigrain bars, Propel iced tea, hummus cups. So that's a good way to move forward in the future. And according to a BuzzFeed article that I provided, the future of PepsiCo isn't Pepsi. So it'll be interesting to see how they transition away from soft drinks. And then with Coca-Cola, they're actually making a new bottle that's called a plant bottle, and it's 100% recyclable. So it's basically 30% plant-based, so that's pretty cool. And there's always backlash between PepsiCo, Gatorade, and Powerade, which is made by Coca-Cola, so I provided some examples of that. But I think that in the future, both of the companies will continue to be competitive with one another, and I like the way that they both handle legal issues, so it's been great.